Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video we are going to create our first machine learning model using Python. So let's get started. So this example here is from the previous video, and you can see that we have a linear model that basically predicts the price of the house given the square feet. Now this data I randomly generated, and it is not something that everybody is familiar with. So one of the best ways to learn something is to start with something that you are familiar with. So we can create a model of, let's say, converting the Celsius temperature to Fahrenheit, and we already know what will be the answer. So this way we can see that whether we are heading in the right direction or not. So as we have seen before, the equation is basically y equals mx plus c. So this is the idea of the linear regression. And since we have only one feature, so our input feature will be temperature in Celsius, and our output will be the temperature in Fahrenheit. So what we will be needing is the m and the c. So using machine learning model, we will try to generate the correct c and the m. M is the gradient, which is the slope, and c is the intercept, which is where the line crosses the y-axis. So let's go ahead, and this is our environment. This is PyCharm. If you haven't installed it, or if you don't know how to, you can go and check out the previous video for installation. So what we are going to do is we are going to import some libraries. So we will go to settings, and then we will go to the project interpreter, and over here we are going to add, first of all, scikit-learn. So this is the library that will help us create our model. So we are going to write sklearn, and we are going to hit install. Also we are going to install matplotlib. So matplotlib, and there we have it. I think the numpy, we also need numpy, which is basically for mathematical operations, and matplotlib is for plotting data. I think numpy will be, yeah, it's automatically installed. Okay, so we can go back, and over here we are going to right click, and we are going to create a new folder, and let's say we will call it single linear regression. And inside that we are going to create a new Python file, and we will call it linear regression. Just make sure you are not using any of the classes names or any built-in functions as your file name. So linear regression, let's say, and we want to convert temperature, so we are going to write temp. Okay, so now we can simply import our library, so scikit-learn, and then we will import matplotlib dot pyplot as plt. And what else do we need? Yeah, numpy, import numpy as np. And okay, we need more stuff, but later on we will see what we need. So the first thing again will be to create our data. So right now we are going to create our own data, but in the upcoming examples we are going to look at how we can take different data from real world examples and then how we can use it. But for now we are going to use generated data. So our x is basically our Celsius temperature. So we are going to write x is equals to, let's say, a range from 0 to 10. So this is the range that we will get from 0 to 10, and then our y will be basically the Fahrenheit of this value. So as an overall concept, what we are doing is we have y equals mx plus c, right? So we have the data of y and we have the data of x, right? So whenever we have Celsius, we can get Fahrenheit. Now in reality, this equation is basically like this. So Fahrenheit is equals to m is 1.8 multiplied by x which is in this case Celsius, and then we add 32 to this. So C is 32 and M is 1.8, and this is basically our equation in real life. But what we are going to do is we are going to generate the value of M and the value of C based on our linear regression model, and we will see how well it generates that. So we can comment this out so that it doesn't interfere, and we can also comment this out and we can put it at the top. This is just for reference. So in this case, X are the values of our Celsius, and this should be like this, and this is C, and Y will be the values of our Fahrenheit. So this is the data that we will have, that we will use to generate the M and the C values. So what we can do is we can create a list. So what we have to do is we have to put in this equation, and every time we add, we have to use the value of X. So it will be 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, till 10. So this basically means that we need a for loop. So we can write a simple for loop by doing this: for X in range, let's say whatever the value is, or we can say for X in let's say value in X, then we can say Y is equals to this and this and that. So this is how you can usually write a for loop. But because it's just a single equation that we need, we can write a list comprehension. A list comprehension is basically a for loop, but in one line. So instead of writing the equation after the loop, after the first condition, we are going to write it first. So this is how a list comprehension is written. So we will write the equation first, which will be 1.8 multiplied by F plus 32. So this is our equation, and then we will say that for F in X. So this will generate the values of Y for us. So let's bring it back, and let's print this out. So let's print this out. Let's print X and let's print Y. So let's run this. I think I'm running the wrong file. Yes, right click and there you go. Okay, so this is giving us a range, and this is basically giving us the actual values. So that is good, but this is basically the type range, the class range. We want the class to be list. So like this is the list, we want this to be a list as well. So we will just convert this to list, so it's easier to work with. And let's run it again. And there we have it. So now we have the values from 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4 till 9, and then we have the Fahrenheit for each of these values. So what we can do is we can write here F, and then we can write that the value, so we can write these are the X values, and then we can put in our bracket, and inside the bracket we can write X, and then we can put this again. So this is just for making it look better and nothing else. So we can write here Y, and now that we print it, it will show us this is X and this is Y. So for each value of X, this is the Y value. So this is our data that we have generated. Now the good thing about this is that we can generate as much as we want. So here we can write, for example, 100, and it will simply create 100, a list of 100. So you can see when it's going till 99, and the Fahrenheit for that at 99 is about 210. So if we go to, I think 37 is what we are familiar with. If you go and check 37, so let's write 38 here, and let's see, the value of 37 will be the last one. So let's check that out. It's 98.6. so it's about where you are normally, and if you go above that you might have a temperature. So let's put 39, and let's see what is 38. 38 is about 100, so that is when you get a temperature. Okay, so that is about the generation of data. Now what we can do is we can simply plot this. So we can write here plt dot plot, and we can write x and y, and then we can write, for example, we need some sort of color, let's say red, and we need it in dash lines, we need it a solid line, and we need asterisks wherever the point is. And after you use that, you have to use show, plt.show, and if I run this now, and there we have it. Okay, these are too many values. Let's bring it down to 10 and let's run that. And there we have it. So this is the plot, and you can see that this is a perfect linear line. So this is a good example of where to start off, but in reality you will not get this good data that you are getting a perfect linear line. So if we wanted to add some noise to this, we can simply add here, we can write here plus random. Actually we didn't import random, so let's import random, and then we can write here random dot rand integer, and then we will say, let's say from -3 to 3. So it will add this random generated value, and that will make it go up and down. It will be noisy. So you can see here now the data is really noisy. But if we like add let's say 50, then it will not look that noisy. You see, now you can still see there is a trend. So still we can have a good fit line for this. So, but for now we are not going to add this. Let's just remove this. I will just copy this part and I will put it down, and once we finish we are going to come back and see what happens if we introduce noise, because in real world we will have noise, so we will have to check the accuracy for that as well. So this is it for part 1, and then in the next part we are going to split our data, and then we will start with the training process and see how that goes.